I think, yeah, I've always really wanted to go on exchange. I always been kind of fascinated with American culture. I don't know why. I think it's just, kind of the TV that we get. Everything we get is American, and I've always wanted to go over there. And the exchange, it just made a lot of sense for me to go. While I was studying, I had no commitments really. It was relatively cheap, and yeah, I could really do what I want over there. And I'd talked to other exchange students previously, and they recommended it with all of their life. I went to Eastern Illinois University in a kind of small town called Charleston. It's about 3 hours south of Chicago. It's got a population of about 20,000 or so it's a pretty small town, but I mean, a lot of that is university students too. I studied a political science class, I studied an introduction to human health class, I studied a business computer concepts class, and I also studied history of the United States prior to 1877 just to get my American experience in. I think using your electives is great because it gives you a whole new range of subjects that you wouldn't get in Australia. I think if you take the electives, you get the whole experience. I'm a big fan of college football. Eastern Illinois has a great football team as well. They've had a couple of guys go off to the NFL, and I got to experience those games. And I think, yes, the sports and the whole campus life was a massive influence in me deciding where I wanted to go. Campus life was great. There was always something going on. In the South Quad where I lived, so there was three buildings around it, or four buildings around it I think actually. They'd have movie nights in the quad on this massive screen. You'd have kind of frisbee playing in the quad, you'd have kind of touch American football in there as well. There's always lots going on. You could always just walk up and join in if you really wanted to. Well, I did actually meet a guy that was a rugby player there, and he was talking to me about it, and he asked me if I'd played rugby. Obviously, I can't due to a neck injury, so I actually helped out coach the rugby team for a little bit before the off-season started, and that was a great experience meeting all of them over there, and they really appreciated it too for some, as they put it, foreign input into the coaching. I made heaps of friends. Absolutely, heaps of friends. It was just so easy to make friends. You just started talking. I could just start telling a story, and there would almost be like a force field, like people around me. It'd be like 40 or so people around me, just kind of listening to my accent. I don't even think they listened to what I was saying, but they were just kind of listening to my accent, and they'll just be like, "Oh, are you from Australia?" And I'll just go, "Well, yeah, I am." Could you tell? Favourite experience was the first football game of the season. It was against Illinois State University. It was a night game. Pretty much all the former students there came back for it. It was just the view that you had from the stadium with the sun setting. The stadium was sold out over capacity. I think it had about 12,000 people there that day. It was just intense. I mean, we didn't win the game, but it was probably one of the best games that I've ever seen, and just the whole atmosphere, the bands, the cheerleaders, the energy of the crowd, it was just something out of this world, really. I did live on campus, yes. I lived in a residence hall called Thomas Hall. It had, I think, about 500 people total. It was, great place to live. It had a dining hall attached to it. I had, a great roommate. I had, a great floor mates. We were almost like a family there. I lived in an all-boys floor, so I mean that probably worked out better for us because we're all like brothers there. There's 50 of us, and we're all just great friends. We could count on anyone to help us out anytime we needed it. Definitely do it. It's just an experience. It lasts 4 months, but it'll be forever with you. You'll never forget it, you'll never regret it. The memories that you'll make there are ridiculous. You'll look back on your time on exchange and you'll just be like, why didn't I do this sooner? Can I go again? Can I do this more? It's like that. It's something, if you're on the fence about it, hop over the other side of the fence and just do it. Just do it.